No, I was not supposed to be an actor.
Parce que d'abord, je connaissais rien au cinéma et on a commencé à tourner,
I've lasted 62 years leaving because I will be leaving.
The world recently bid farewell to Alain Delon, one of the most iconic and influential figures in French cinema. At the age of 88, the legendary actor passed away, leaving behind a legacy that spans decades, filled with unforgettable performances, timeless charisma, and a career that captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. Delon's death marks the end of an era in both French and global cinema, where his magnetic presence defined the golden age of European films. His life story is one of success, controversy, and lasting influence, with his legacy being as complex as the man himself. Born on November 8, 1935, in Sceaux, a suburb south of Paris, Alain Delon's journey to stardom was anything but conventional. After his parents separated when he was just 4 years old, he was placed with a foster family, where he spent most of his childhood. His troubled upbringing shaped much of his persona, giving him the tough, resilient edge that would later define many of his roles. At 17, Delon joined the French Navy, serving in Indochina before returning to France in 1956. Upon his return, he worked in various odd jobs, including as a waiter and meat market porter, before turning to acting, a decision that would change his life forever. Alain Delon's breakthrough came in 1960 with his role in Plein Soleil, Purple Noon, directed by René Clement. In this film, he portrayed Tom Ripley, a charming yet morally bankrupt character, showcasing the duality that would become his trademark. Delon had an unmatched ability to play both the villain and the hero, blending charm with an undercurrent of danger. This was evident again in 1961's Rocco and His Brothers, where he worked with acclaimed Italian director Luchino Visconti. Delon's performance as the self-sacrificing brother earned him critical acclaim and cemented his status as one of Europe's leading actors. The 1960s and 1970s were the peak of Delon's career, with him starring in numerous films that are now considered classics. His role in Le Guépard, The Leopard, 1963, directed by Visconti, remains one of his most iconic performances. The film, which won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, perfectly captured Delon's allure. His portrayal of Prince Tancredi fused elegance with an undercurrent of melancholy. This period also saw him branching out into producing, starting in 1968, which allowed him to take more control over his career and the types of stories he wanted to tell. Delon's filmography is extensive, and each role adds another layer to his enigmatic persona. From playing a contract killer in Le Samouraï, 1967, directed by Jean-Pierre Melville, to a chilling portrayal of a murderer in Plein Soleil, Delon's characters often walk the fine line between good and evil, embodying the complexities of human nature. Even in more unconventional films, like The Assassination of Trotsky, 1972, directed by Joseph Losey, Delon brought a distinctive intensity that left an indelible mark. One of Delon's most celebrated traits was his versatility. Whether playing a romantic lead in La Piscine, 1969, or a tragic anti-hero in Is Paris Burning, 1966, Delon's ability to captivate audiences was unparalleled. His good looks were often highlighted, but it was his ability to channel vulnerability and inner conflict that set him apart. In many ways, Delon's screen presence mirrored his real-life persona, a mix of elegance, charm, and a hint of danger. As the years went by, Delon became increasingly disillusioned with the film industry. He often spoke of how the commercialization of cinema had destroyed its artistic essence. In a 2003 interview with Le Nouveau Observateur, he famously lamented, "Money, commerce, and television have wrecked the dream machine. My cinema is dead." And me, too. Despite this disenchantment, Delon continued working into his 70s, appearing in several television movies and returning to the stage in 2011 alongside his daughter Indochina in An Ordinary Day. His love for acting remained, but his connection to the industry's changing values grew increasingly strained. Alain Delon was no stranger to controversy. Throughout his life, he faced criticism for various statements deemed outdated and polarizing. Whether it was his views on women, LGBTQIA+ rights, or immigration, Delon's outspoken nature often placed him at odds with public opinion. In 2013, he stepped down from his role as president of the Miss France jury following backlash over his comments. Yet, these controversies never fully overshadowed his immense contributions to cinema. In 2019, Delon received the prestigious Palme d'Honneur at the Cannes Film Festival, a recognition that sparked further debate. Critics questioned whether such an honor should be given to someone with controversial views, while his supporters saw it as a celebration of his artistic legacy. The divide underscored the complexity of Delon's public image, a mix of admiration and critique that defined much of his career. Beyond his cinematic achievements, Delon's personal life was equally eventful. He was romantically linked to some of the most famous women of his time, including German model and singer Nico, with whom he allegedly fathered a child. However, Delon never publicly acknowledged the paternity of Arie Bellon, leading to much speculation and media attention. He had 3 other children, Anthony, from his marriage to Natalie Canovas, and Indochina and Alain Fabien with his later partner Rosalie Van Bremen. Delon's statement in a 1995 interview with L'Express, "I am very good at 3 things, my job, foolishness, and children," reflects his complex relationships and the multifaceted life he led. In addition to his film career, Delon was involved in various ventures, from breeding horses to launching his own line of perfumes, watches, and accessories. He even developed a passion for collecting art, further showcasing his diverse interests and talents. In his later years, Delon's health declined, leading to a series of family disputes that played out in the media. Earlier this year, his son Anthony revealed that Delon had been diagnosed with B-cell lymphoma, adding another layer of concern to his already fragile condition. Despite these challenges, Delon's impact on French and international cinema remains undeniable. Tributes to Delon poured in from all corners, with French President Emmanuel Macron calling him a French monument and noting that Delon played legendary roles and made the world dream. The Brigitte Bardot Foundation also honored him as an unforgettable artist and a great friend of animals. Alain Delon, a renowned French producer, described Delon as the last of the giants, highlighting the almost mystical aura he carried throughout his life and career. Alain Delon's death marks the end of an era, but his influence on cinema and popular culture will endure for generations. He was more than just a handsome face or a captivating performer. He was a symbol of a time when European cinema was at its peak, driven by stories of moral ambiguity, complex characters, and raw human emotion. Delon's legacy is one of timeless films, unforgettable roles, and a career that, despite its controversies, will be remembered as one of the most significant in the history of cinema. As the world mourns the loss of this legendary actor, we are reminded of the enduring power of his artistry and the indelible mark he left on the world of film.